on, guys? Welcome back to United View. I am back once again, and of course I am back with some more breaking news.
Breaking news.
It's becoming a regular thing, isn't it? I just can't stop playing it. It needs to be something on the screen when that happens, doesn't it? It needs to be something here to give us the breaking news. But yes, I am back once again for some breaking news coming in the last couple of seconds. At the time recording this video, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted and confirmed and given the here we go for Mason Greenwood's move to Olympique Marseille. We can get the quotes up on the screen right there. He tweeted out the following saying, quote, Mason Greenwood to Olympique Marseille, here we go. Deal in place between all parties. Marseille have booked a private flight for Mason to land in Marseille, undergo a medical test and sign. He has been given a deal valid until June 2029. As far as the transfer fee, Manchester United to receive €30 million package plus 50% sell-on clause. Of course, there have been reports as well that United have the ability to actually make that sell-on clause bigger if they buy into it. But it's a €30 million package. It's around sort of £26 million. There's a fixed fee of, I think, around £22 million, and the rest is add-ons. I think achievable add-ons. Now, obviously, not much of a surprise that this was that we got this Here We Go today. I think, frankly, many people expected the Here We Go today. We spoke about it on the morning show, not the second one, the first one, saying that it was reported yesterday, of course, from David Ornstein, that Mason Greenwood had agreed a deal with Marseille. Had been reported a few days prior that a deal had been agreed between Marseille and Manchester United. It was just some dotting of the I's, crossing of the T's to finalise. That has now indeed been done. And it's more swift business by Manchester United in the transfer market. Of course, I think everyone's still basking in the glow of the news that came out this morning regarding Lenny Yoro and the really impressive and exciting developments regarding him. Him flying to Manchester today to have his Manchester United medical, agree personal terms, and hopefully sign on the dotted line and become a Manchester United player. But it's not just about incomings in transfer markets, of course. It's also about outgoings. Manchester United, if they want to operate really any further in the transfer market, have to raise funds. And Mason Greenwood, obviously, when it comes to his story as a Manchester United player, there is so much to get into there, isn't there? And of course, there's a lot of baggage involved in his transfer and his career and what have you. I mean, we don't need to dwell too much into that. And of course, if this was a deal, that was just primarily focused on talent, Manchester United would probably be receiving much more than €30 million. No one can doubt Mason Greenwood's ability or talent on a football pitch, but it's everything else that comes with the deal. I mean, value is an arbitrary figure, isn't it? Value is something that takes several things into account, not just talent. It takes into account, what would the backlash be? Would it be something that would alienate some fans? Would it be something that would alienate some people at the club? We saw the pushback from the mayor of Marseille saying, I don't want this deal to go through. That hasn't really stopped anything. I don't think anyone thought that it really would. But that is, some baggage that has to, sirens in the chat. That is something that always has to, be considered with this kind of thing. And I think Manchester United, what they have done, they've been very shrewd. I think they've probably got the best deal they could possibly get, given the circumstances and surroundings at the moment. Of course, one being, as I mentioned, the baggage that comes with the deal. But on top of that, Mason Greenwood hasn't got long left on his contract. I think he got a year left, or the option to trigger for an extra year if Manchester United wish to do so. So obviously, and there was no scenario whereby he was going to be coming back to Manchester United. He has been at Carrington a couple of times. He was there first day of pre-season, met with the football leadership team. They spoke about their efforts to try and sell him this summer, possibly spoke with certain deals of clubs that were interested, etc. I believe he was back this past Monday or Tuesday, or within the last few days he's been back at Carrington again to have another meeting with the football leadership team to probably finalise this deal to Marseille. And again, it's just about, it's another situation that Manchester United finally can kind of put to rest and just move on. I spoke about this a lot this morning too, and I've been talking about it a lot over the last few days of there's been lots of drama at Manchester United over the last several years, and of course some more serious than others. This was a very, very, very serious situation. But there's been lots of drama, and there's been lots of club statements and things happening off the pitch and stuff that's really distracted from the week-to-week, day-to-day work that goes on there. And this is just another thing that Manchester United can now, finalise, draw a line, and move on. And the same for Mason Greenwood too. Can draw a line of, because as long as he's on loan at Getafe or anything like that, he doesn't know about his future, and now he's probably more thinking about his long-term future and his football career. So it suits all parties, I think. Manchester United get the best possible deal they can right now. They're also protected when it comes to the future, because I don't think Mason Greenwood's going to end his career at Marseille. I think because, again, he's a very, very good football player and a top talent. I think he'll go there. I think he'll do well. Of course, Marseille, I've got a great coach in Roberto De Zerbi, gone from Brighton, gone to Marseille. I think he'll do well with Greenwood. And there might be interest and eyes from elsewhere, whether it be staying in Liga, going to somewhere like PSG, or maybe he goes back to Spain. He did enjoy it in Spain and goes to a big club there. And if that does happen, Manchester United are involved in the deal. They get 50% of the transfer fee, or possibly even more. If they wish to give Marseille a bit of a fee, they could maybe raise that to 55, 60, something like that, I believe, according to reports. I think it was Ben Jacobs who reported that could be put into the transfer deal too. And then, of course, because he's an academy graduate, because he's come through the system at Manchester United, it's pure profit from an FFP and PSR perspective. So one would hope this 26 million quid or whatever it is up front will go straight into a transfer for this summer. Now, whether that is Lenny Yoro, whether that is Joshua Zirkzee, I say we know our budget. We don't really know our budget. It had been reported to be around 60 million quid without sales. I still suggest it could be more than that. But this could go a long way into looking at a midfielder, looking at a left back or something like that. These are the kinds of deals we need to do. We need to move players on this summer. Greenwood, of course, that one was high priority because he was an academy player, and also because he just wasn't going to play a part this season. So we had to get this one done. And now we look towards the rest of the squad of players that could be on their way out. We heard about McTominay earlier today. Of course, we know about Victor Lindelof possibly to make way for Matthijs de Ligt. Christian Eriksen's involved in that. Harry Maguire's involved in that. Casemiro, still possibly Jadon Sancho too. So there are still several names that could be on their way out of Manchester United this summer. But this one's not surprising at all. It was very much expected that we'd get the Here We Go today. And who knows? Possibly it'll be the first of maybe two Here We Goes today when it comes to Lenny Yoro. So, of course, this one is now done. We're still probably waiting on we're still waiting on the official announcements from Manchester United and also from Marseille themselves. That could come now, anytime within the next few days, definitely by the end of the week, one would think. And Ineos moving quickly. Manchester United are moving quickly. I suppose it feels weird to keep saying Ineos and Manchester United because it's just Manchester United, really. But Manchester United are moving quickly. When it comes to these incomings, when it comes to these outgoings, of course, all hands on deck to get this Lenny Yoro deal done. And also, it's now going to be curious as players start to come back from the European Championships, from Copa America, how quickly and how efficiently they move players out to the club. This one, pretty quick. Manchester United have been back in training for, 10 days? And Greenwood was back there on that first day. 10 days later, a move to Marseille has been secured. Pretty good going, pretty quick going for a deal that is a little bit complex when it comes to salon clauses and when it comes to, obviously, as I mentioned, the baggage that comes with it. So now, let's see how Ineos fare in moving some other players out of the club and see if they can raise some more funds to put into future possible signings. So certainly one to look out for. So yes, there you go. Mason Greenwood to Marseille. Here we go. And the question is this going to be the first Here We Go of many today for Manchester United? Of course, we get any more details regarding Lenny Yoro, his medical, his personal terms with Manchester United. Of course, if we get a Here We Go, I'll definitely be live for that. But watch this space. There is a lot going on with Manchester United in the transfer market today and over the next few days. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts about this move, about Mason Greenwood's move to Marseille in the comment section below. Be sure to click the like button, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And I guess I might be back later on today. I don't know. But one thing's for sure, I'll speak for you again very soon. Peace.